Hey there, math fans. Mr. Choose here. Let's do a Mr. Choose Math Mini about the Pythagorean Theorem. So get you out a piece of paper, get you out a calculator and a pencil, and let's see if you can figure this out. Find the length, the side, in a right triangle using the Pythagorean Theorem. Well, if you remember, the Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And I have to be given two of the dimensions. So we're saying A is 6, C is 8. Round that to the nearest tenth. Go ahead and pause this. Work it out. The answer will be revealed on the next screen with the worked explanation on the screen following that. So work it now, please. The answer is 5.3. And if you got that correct answer, congratulations, I'm proud of you. You're able to work a Pythagorean theorem problem. But if you didn't get 5.3, then try to find your mistake while I work it out. And I will show you all the steps and verify it using the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. So let's get started. So if A is 6 and C is 8, and A would be a leg and C would be the hypotenuse, we're going to substitute a 6 in for the A and then square it, an 8 in for the C and square it, and then use inverse operations to solve it. So I substitute those two in using the substitution property of equality, and then I'm going to simplify these. So we have to do 6 squared and 8 squared. 6 squared is 36, 8 squared is 64. Now I'm going to use the inverse operation, which is the property of equality, the subtraction property of equality, to subtract a 36 from both sides. When I do it, it crosses out on the left. Now I'm going to have b squared equals 64 minus 36, which is 28. Now, I'm going to use an inverse operation, and the inverse operation of a square is take the square root of both sides. Now you need to use a calculator, and I'm going to write down all the digits that come up on my TI 30 calculator that I use. And now we're going to have to round to the nearest tenth. When I teach rounding, I always ask my students to underline the digit that they're rounding to. And it says to round the nearest tenth, so I'm rounding to this 2. So I look to the right of the 2 and I say, is the number to the right of the 2 5 or greater? Yes, it is. And if it is 5 or greater, you bump that 2 that I underlined up to a 3. So if you notice, my equal sign, which were all these digits that come off of the calculator, ends up being now an approximation double tilde because I rounded it. All right, now I can use the converse and substitute these back in the Pythagorean theorem to see if it really is true. So I substitute my 6 square it, my 5.3 square it, my 8 square it, and I put a question mark there because I don't know if it's true or not. So I use the order of operations, which means I've got to square each thing first. So I got 36 plus 28.0 equals 64. Still have that question mark there. And when I simplify it, it's 64.09 and 64. Why? Because we rounded up here in this step. And see how close those are? Those are 900ths apart, which we would consider that checked. Now, if you really wanted to check it for sure, instead of using the approximation, you would use the square root of 28 and it would come out exact. All right, so it doesn't cost anything for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's the long link, and there are subscribe links everywhere that you can click on. And then my videos will come up more quickly to help you with your math problems. You can also email me. My email address is askmrchu@gmail.com. If you watch this video on TikTok, then make sure you click on the link in my bio to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And while you're at it, follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X. I have helpful math videos and puppy videos and announcements about big things that are coming during the next school year. Find more Mr. Chew Math Minis in the playlist on my YouTube channel. So there are more of them there. And I have them going through, first of all, with my Math Minis through my Math Minutes and using minis there. Remember, I've got bare algebra, brachiometry, tray arithmetic. I've got my Math Minutes, my SAT prep, and now I've started my minis. And then more importantly, remember that I'm Mr. Chew and I want to help you understand math. See you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe.